What's good, Panther Nation? Welcome back to Two Fans in the Stands. I'm your favorite armchair GM, CJ. Panthers are 0-4, y'all. Let's get it. Well, Panther Nation, we 0-4. Not anywhere where we thought that we would be at this point in the season. But, you know, a few years ago, 16 game season, we would be officially a quarter of the way through the season. Now we have an extra game, but I'm still going to say we're a quarter of the way through the season. So what we got now is pretty much what we got, unless we're going to have another drastic change like we did last year. But let's go ahead and get into this game. But before we do, if you're watching this and you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on those post notification bells so you know when our videos come out. We appreciate all the love and support. We're 872 subscribers, still on our way to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. And thank you to everyone that has helped us so far. All right. So let's get on into this, y'all. All right. Now looking at the numbers here, the game wasn't to me, it wasn't that bad. All right. The ending score was terrible. But I mean, I did see a few, I mean very few positives on offense. Now I think the play calling was still kind of suspect this week. All right. I don't think that was the same play calling that we saw last week versus the Seahawks. And if that's the case, if Frank doesn't trust Bryce Young that much to open up the playbook and let him try some things, then is me and Tony talked about this earlier. Is it time for him to sit Bryce and let Andy Dalton play for the rest of the season? We don't know. I heard somebody say that, if he gonna make mistakes, sometimes you gotta let him make mistakes and let him sling the ball down the field. So we'll see. Bryce had his first game over 200 yards. Let me see. We held Kirk Cousins 12 of 19 for 139 yards. Okay, 12 for 19, 135 yards. Bryce was 25 of 32. He only missed 7 balls. Okay, you would think that would be a great day. Any other team, but we're talking about our Panthers here and what we got going on now, and it just didn't get it. All right. Our rush defense, per the norm this year, is terrible, and they continue to be terrible. All right. Madison had 95 yards today. I think he had 66 yards on the season. But of course, we are the Carolina get right Panthers. All right. And everybody that comes and plays us, they always get right and have their best game against us. And that is no different with Madison here. 17 carries, 95 yards. Chuba Hubbard, respectable game, 14 carries, 41 yards. And as much as I hate to say this, much as I hate to say it, but I told Tony I would, I got to admit Chuba Hubbard did look like the better back in the game yesterday. He really did. Okay. Adam Thielen continues to be Adam Thielen. At this point in the season, he is our clear cut wide receiver one. Okay. He has 7 catches for 76 yards. And look up to the left of Adam Thielen on this slide here. Justin Jefferson only has 6 catches for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay. And I know y'all are thinking, oh, well, that's too much. This man has had 100 plus receiving yards in every game this season so far. Okay. So I think that we held him under 100 yards. Yes, he got 2 touchdowns, but in the grand scheme of things, with the way that the defense played in this game, that should have been enough. Okay. Dante Jackson got hurt. Deshaun Jameson was playing in his spot. Now, I don't care if that was Jackson or Jameson on that one play where he at the end of the third quarter, where Cousins threw that long pass for the touchdown. He'd have caught that on either one of them. Okay. Either one. Either one. I don't know if Sam Franklin was supposed to have help over the top from his safety spot, but if you go back and look at that play, Jameson was one-on-one. And just like Justin Jefferson did when he caught the ball, he turned around, he told him he was too small. And he was. That's a 50-50 ball. I'm going to throw that ball up no matter what. Shout Tuttle. He jumped on the play, so they had a free play. He threw it up. Hey, you can't get mad at him for that. All right. Now, as far as the team stats, we had 232 yards, only had one turnover, which was a big one. It was a big turnover. 20 first downs. 20 first down versus 14 for the Vikings. And the Vikings, we also forced two turnovers. Sam Franklin had that 99-yard pick six on Kirk Cousins in the first quarter. Okay. And then right before half, Yatir Gross Matos, who I got to give credit to because I give him a hard time on this channel all the time, got pressure on Kirk Cousins, hit his arm, ball went up in the air, and Camus Grugier Hill intercepted it, took it back. All right. And we'll get into that a little later with the video clip of why great play, but then it was fumbled away after that before the halftime. Next slide here. We got the PFF best and worst for the offense. Okay. Best, Laviska Shenault, Adam Thielen, Terrace Marshall Jr., Icky. I don't understand how he made it on here, but okay. And Chuba Hubbard. All right, and you got the worst grades: Miles Sanders, Emir Smith Marset, Giovanni Ritchie, Hayden Hurst, and Chandler Zavala. Let me tell you, Zavala earned that one today, buddy. He really did. All right, we go to the best and the worst of the defense. Best goes to Jeremy Chin, Troy Hill, Dan Franklin Jr., Mari Barno, DJ Johnson. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, Panther Nation. I didn't even know DJ Johnson got in the damn game. I can't remember seeing him on the field at all. And I was out of town, trying to watch the game on my phone, and I missed a little bit of the first quarter. The time I caught it, that was when Sam Franklin took that pick six back for a touchdown. And I don't know. I don't remember seeing DJ Johnson in the game at all, but according to PFF, he did okay. So there's that. All right, you got the worst. Brian Burns, LeBron Ray, Nick Thurman, Deshaun Williams, and Deshaun Jameson. Okay. Now, if you take a look, LeBron Ray, Nick Thurman, Deshaun Williams, they are all in the interior of that defensive line who is continually getting gashed by our opponent's run game. Okay. Deshaun Jameson at 38.7. Like I said, he gave up that touchdown to Justin Jefferson, but 50-50 ball, he's not going to win. Okay. It's not going to happen. Brian Burns had, to me, another lackluster game. He kind of showed up and helped Gross Matos. He got a sack, but other than that, he was kind of non-existent for about the second game in a row. So injuries. Dante Jackson hurt his shoulder and did not come back in the game. Okay. Our cornerback depth is taking a beating. We preached about this at the start of the season. If our cornerbacks can stay healthy, J.C. Horn, Dante Jackson, okay, we would be in a good position as far as the secondary. We thought. Now Xavier Woods is out with a hamstring for a few weeks. I don't know any more about Dante Jackson. I haven't caught up with the press conferences today. You all know J.C. Horn is out for a few more weeks. So our secondary, y'all, is taking a beating, like literally. All right. But now, what I want to do, y'all, I want to get into a couple plays that I thought really, really just kind of took the air out of our balloon as the Panther Nation during this game. Okay, just took all the momentum and just sucked it dry. Okay, so now we have a play here where the Panthers are driving, and the previous play was a screen to Laviska Shenault. They got a first down. All right, so they decided to go back to it again. All right, and they run another screen to Laviska Shenault, who's at the top of the screen. But on this particular play, you see our left guard Icky here. He is called for illegal receiver downfield or illegal lineman downfield. I forgot what the play is called. But before the ball is thrown, he's already 3 yards down the field. Okay. And they probably could have got him or Throckmorton, number 76, too, but they call Icky. So you can't be more than a yard down the field on these screen passes before the ball is thrown. So he is clearly past that yard mark, and then this play gets called back, and it leads to another field goal. Okay, but that seemed to be the theme of the day as well. We were getting the ball downfield, we were driving, We get down in the red zone, and then all hell would break loose and everything would stall out. All right. Okay. Now, this one right here, if y'all take a look at the clock, now this is after Yatir Gross Matos got a hold of Kirk Cousins' arm, made him loft that ball in the air, and Kamu Grugier Hill picked it off and ran it back to, I believe, is right here at the 44-yard line. Okay. So we're close to midfield, 34 seconds. And if you see, we had two timeouts left. Two timeouts. All right, let me let this play run. All right, Young drops back, finds Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen gains positive yards. All right, let me pause this and me run it back. Okay, Adam Thielen stopped, 28 seconds left. Okay, you have two timeouts. Two timeouts. You would think, and I'm sitting there, mind you, I'm in the parking lot of Target, waiting on my wife and my oldest son, who's a college student. Okay, so we went up there to visit him this weekend, and so they went in there getting some stuff, and I'm sitting in the car watching the game, and I am yelling and screaming at my phone, "Call a timeout! Call a timeout! You got two of them. Call a timeout!" Look what they do. The clock runs down, runs down, runs down, runs down. 12 seconds. 12 seconds. They ran the clock down to 12 seconds, y'all. Okay. Now, in the end, we ended up getting a field goal. Eddie Pinero kicked it before the half, but still, who knows what may have transpired out of this if they would have called the first down. I mean, sorry, called the timeout when they got the first down, came to the sideline, regrouped, got themselves together, and maybe tried to work up another play or something. Now everybody's hollering and screaming at Bryce Young, and he's too this and he's too that, he's too the other. This right here is on Frank Wright. And I think he admitted this either yesterday or sometime today. I think I saw it in the clip. But this is all on him. This is all on him and the coaches. Somebody's got to be in his ear, telling him, "Hey, timeout." There's a big ass clock in the stadium. You can see how much time is left on in the half. Like, I don't understand why in God's name it was so hard for them to call a timeout in this situation. I just don't get it. All right. Now, this play here. Okay. So this is after Bryce Young drove down the field, got near the red zone. Okay. Couple more penalties, back up. He gets sacked, fumbles the ball. He gets hit by Harrison Smith, and then the defensive lineman picks it up, rumbles all the way back for a touchdown. Okay, so this is our next possession after that. Okay, this is our next possession after that, and I think this is the third down play on this possession. If y'all look, the left side of our line just gets completely just just destroyed on this play. Let me let this play. Okay, look at Davenport. All right. Now, if you take a look at one of the shorts I put out, I inserted the PS5 controller and hit the circle button because he hit him with the Madden spin move and left him, wondering where he went. Spin move inside. It's too late. Play is over. He's done. Okay. Now Bryce Young, he actually gets away from Davenport, but his running mate, his old buddy from NC State, Dan Wolfpack. Okay, he's out here. Bryce Young gets away from Davenport. Icky's man already got past him. Now, I will give Icky a little bit of credit on this play. If Zavala was able to keep his block and maybe push his guy to the inside, Bryce may have had a lane to step up and throw the ball. Because if you look at the cover at the top of the screen, everybody is covered. But if you can see right there in the middle of the screen on the Panther logo, that's Adam Thielen with his hand up. And I think this is Harrison Smith over to the right of him, who is coming down. Now I don't know if maybe he was coming down to cover whoever this is right here going to the right sideline. But if Bryce Young had some time, maybe to step up into play, step up to make a play, there may have been a play for him to make down the field. Okay. And to me, this is the theme. When Bryce Young has when the plays are there, he doesn't have time to make the plays. And then when he has time, I don't know what's up with his play calling, but there's nothing for him to, he checked out of a lot of stuff. Okay. And you heard kill, 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 kill the entire game. The entire game. So I don't know if it was more so they showed a lot of looks and confused him and he went to the next play. But hey, this has been the story of our season. There's a potential for a big play right there, and our offensive line just a bit. Okay. And there's the cleanup. Okay. Now, this right here burned me up the most. Now, we're down by 8 points, fourth quarter, minute 58 to go. Still got all three timeouts. All right. One possession game. We have a chance to tie this game with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. All right. This is first down. Look at Chandler Zavala. Look at Chandler Zavala. For those of you who've seen some of the shorts I've done lately, I've started a new little series called Get Your Weight Up. It started with Frankie Louvu, Bull Rush, and Cesar Ruiz versus the Saints in the second game of the season. And then last week's person on Get Your Weight Up was Chandler Zavala. Okay. So again, now you see here, Bryce Young he's got his offensive lineman and the defensive lineman both in his face, and the ball gets batted down. What is he supposed to do right there, y'all? What is he supposed to do? And not only Zavala, but if you take a look at Icky. Look at Icky right there. That man is damn near off the ground getting pushed back into Bryce Young. Okay? Please tell me what Bryce Young's supposed to do right there. I don't know. He had a read. He was trying to get the ball to Thielen. All he got is offensive lineman in his face getting pushed way back behind the offensive line, the line of scrimmage. I'm sorry, y'all. So look at that. Look at that. All in his face. Okay. Now this is second and goal. All right. Now let me rewind this just a touch. Okay. Now if you see, you got Harrison Smith down here at the bottom, and you got number 40. I can't remember who his name is, but I'm sorry, not who, but what his name is. He's up here at the top. So if you look at Chuba Hubbard is staring number 40 down, as I'm guessing he is the read for who he's supposed to block. And nobody pays attention to Harrison Smith. But now I will say that with the offensive line, they did a good job picking up everybody on this play. Okay. There was a man for a man, a hat on the hat across the offensive line. Look at Chuba Hubbard. Okay. He goes to the left. Harrison Smith comes off the edge completely unblocked. Bryce Young down for the sack. And this is the fourth down play. This is the fourth down play. All right. Fourth and goal. Now, watch the left side offensive line. Okay. To me, it looked like Icky thought that Harrison Smith was going to go back into coverage against Ian Thomas here. But what they did, they brought all this pressure up to the line and they dropped two of them back. Okay. They dropped two. So by the time Icky figured out what was going on, it was too late. Harrison Smith already had momentum and he was going right past him. And he dips under, gives him a little shoulder. Icky, to me, that was a very lackluster attempt at a tackle. By the time Icky tries to get to where he can turn his hips, he's done. He's done. And folks, and there's your game. There's your game right there. Harrison Smith. But yeah, that was it. It to me, it was a game of just momentum killing mistakes. All right. Penalties down in the red zone. The big turnover that led to the fumble recovery for the touchdown. And then late in the game, you have a sack. You have your offensive lineman who gets pushed back into the quarterback, and then you have another sack by the same safety from the opposite side of the field. Okay. Now, you got to know that Brian Flores, who is the defensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings, had no respect, none, for the Panthers passing game. Because you mean tell me his safety got three sacks on the quarterback. He blitzed his safety like crazy. Okay. So he felt like there was no help. He didn't need to have, two high safeties the whole game. It's just it's pitiful. It's pitiful. Nobody respects this passing game. And to me, if the Panthers don't do something to correct this now, I mean, the first 4 games of the season, everybody has just laid out the game plan, defensively to beat us because it looks like Frank Wright doesn't have the confidence in Bryce Young to really open up the playbook. Now, if y'all feel different, y'all feel I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, okay? Let me know what y'all think. But it looks like he doesn't have that trust yet in his rookie quarterback. But I feel like, hey, the only way you're gonna learn sometimes you make mistakes. I'd rather make mistakes trying and being able to do stuff than the type of crap that we're seeing now. Okay. Our offensive line has to get their shit together. They really do. This has been a terrible performance by them all year long. The only game I say might be an exception was week 1 versus Atlanta, and it didn't look all that good late in that game either. Okay. Today was a classic case of the defense played good enough to win. I would actually go out on a limb and say I think the defense played damn good. I think they really did. The defense held the Minnesota Vikings with Justin Jefferson, who's been killing teams all season. Okay. Kirk Cousin, couple 400-yard passing games. We held that man to under 150 yards passing, held Justin Jefferson, okay, to under 100 yards receiving. Mind you, he had 2 touchdowns, but those are the only points that the Vikings had offensively. Okay. Now, our offense made mistakes, which led to the other touchdown on the fumble recovery. Okay. And then our offense driving down the field, gets down in the red zone, and just stalls out, and everything just completely falls apart. Bad clock management, lackluster play calling. All right. But that's just my thoughts on the game from yesterday. And Panther Nation, y'all comment. Let me know what y'all think. Okay. Let me know what y'all think is our biggest problem so far in the season, because we are sort of officially a quarter of the way through the season. Do you think this team right now, what we've seen, is this what it is? Okay, we're 4 games in. It's not going to get any better. What you see is what you get. Is it going to be that way for the rest of the season? Is there anybody out there who thinks that it'll get better at some point? Me personally, I'm hoping that it does, but I don't have anything to tell me that it will right now because we really haven't seen anything. And that's just my opinion. But y'all let me know. All right. And as always, if you haven't yet, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on those post notification bells so you know when our videos come out. All right. Like I said before, we are 872 subscribers and we are well on our way to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. All right. It's bleak, y'all. We 0-4. Team looks bad. Defense looks good one game. Offense doesn't. Offense looks good one game. Defense doesn't. We're all over the place. All right. Panther Nation is in disarray. We don't know what to do. All right. Is it time to get rid of Frank Wright? Is it time to get rid of the GM? Okay, those are a lot of things that I'm hearing floating around out there. Me personally, I say no to both. I say we give them a little bit of time, but that's just me and my opinion. All right. But I'm gonna take this out like I always do, y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. And I know I keep saying this every week, and I'm gonna continue to say it, y'all, until this gets better. But keep pounding.